Hey, how's it going, troops? Jordan here, and today I'm bringing you the first of many Call of Duty Advanced Warfare class setup videos. So to kick off this series, I thought we'd take a look at a class setup that's quite relevant for the time period right now for Advanced Warfare, and I titled this class setup F.N.G. So F.N.G, or fucking new guys it stands for, was originally the first mission available in Call of Duty 4, where you took the role as Somat Tarish, and you went through the whole combat training in preparation for the mission Crew Expendable. During this mission you learned a lot of cool little traits that Call of Duty offers, such as firing your weapon, reloading, aiming down your sights and tossing grenades. So this class setup is for the players who are grinding through the lower ranks up to that prestige mark. With this class setup we're going to be using the best weaponry, perks, extra equipment and score streaks at the start of your leveling, and don't worry guys, fear not, because everyone's a noob when a new game comes out. So let's take a look at some weapons and attachments that we're going to be using with this class setup. So right now as it stands, the most favourite weapon by the community, and one that's actually pretty good when you're using it in your gunfights, is the Bar 27 assault rifle. Not only is it an assault rifle, meaning you'll have that nice output damage, but the fact that it's also bullpup means that the reloads will be quite fast as well, which means that you can get into the action a lot more. So for our attachments with the Bar 27, we're going to be going with the red dot sight, the suppressor and the foregrip. The red dot sight because, well, it's a new game and a lot of people are using the XO movement, so you really want to get your aim on target. And accuracy in this game, I can definitely say, is very key. So the red dot sight is just to help us line our shots up and take out our targets. We're going to be using the suppressor because, well, it's a new game and you're not going to have really that much knowledge with the maps, not to mention the knowledge with the spawn points. So the fact that when we're firing our weapon at enemies, the enemies aren't going to be able to see our red dot on the minimap, which keeps us nice and hidden in case we accidentally misfire, or if we misjudge an enemy for like a teammate or a tree. And finally we're going to be going with the foregrip because the Bar 27 does have a little bit of recoil to it, and the foregrip just again helps us steady our aim and just keeps us on target. Because we're using 3 attachments, this means we have to be using a wildcard, and wildcard is primary gunfighter, which allows us to have 3 attachments equipped all at once. For our secondary we are going to be going with the Atlas 45 pistol because it's the only pistol you get to unlock at this time. Not only that though, but if you fire some shots on an enemy and you're stuck in a reload, you can quickly switch to your pistol and finish your enemy off. I must say that the Atlas 45 is quite weak, so I can definitely say that this weapon is more of a finishing weapon rather than a weapon to go lone wolf with. And unlike the Bar 27, we are not going to be going with any attachments with this pistol. So now it's time to move on with some perks and extra equipment we're going to be using with this class setup. For tier 1 perk we're going to be going with lightweight. In Advanced Warfare the movement is quite fast and it just allows us to get to those objectives faster and get into those gunfights more often. For our tier 2 perk we're going to be going with peripherals because it expands your mini-map and it allows us to get more of an overall awareness of where our enemies are spawning. Not only that though, but if some enemies aren't using blast suppressor, which keeps their XO movement off the radar, then you're going to be able to see those little pings on the radar. So that way again that will give you a little gist of where the enemies are spawning or where they're coming from. And for our tier 3 perk we're going to be going with toughness. The reason for this is that toughness reduces our flinch when we're getting shot at, which means again we can be more accurate when firing our weapon. One thing I will say is that Advanced Warfare is a lot different than what it has been with previous Call of Duty games. Toughness is not really much of a crutch perk, but it is a perk that can still definitely benefit you in certain gunfights. So moving on to our EXO equipment, starting off with the EXO launcher, we're going to be equipping ourselves with a couple of frag grenades because when we're playing objective game modes and we see some enemies capping flags, we can easily cook some grenades and launch them from our arms, taking out any enemies and then grab the flag for ourselves. And for our EXO ability we're going to be going with EXO shield because if you're stuck in a reload and you have no idea what to do if you're in a sticky situation, then we can easily pop up our EXO shield, and this allows us to have some extra time to think of what we're going to be doing next. I've noticed numerous of times where I literally have to reload and there's an enemy still firing at me, so what I tend to do is I tend to pop up my EXO shield, just allow them to spray a few bullets before I see them reloading, and then I switch to my pistol and take them out. So we're not quite done yet with this F.N.G class setup video, so finally let's move on to some score streaks that we're going to be using with this class setup. Because we only have 1 point left, this means that we can only really go with 1 score streak, and I say that the best score streak to go with is the UAV. Not only is it a low score streak to acquire, but the UAV in my opinion is the most useful score streak to use in this game. Advanced Warfare is a lot harder than previous titles, so it means that getting those high score streaks are a lot harder to get. But with the UAV we can simply get a couple of kills, get a couple of domination flags, and then we've easily acquired this. So troops, this concludes the F.N.G class setup video. Let me know in the comment section what class setup you'd like to see next. I'm hoping to cover some objective class setups, more focused around game modes like Hardpoint or momentum, and even domination. If you enjoyed this class setup video and wouldn't mind trying this out in game, then give the video a thumbs up, I'd appreciate it a lot. And until my next video, I thank you for watching, stay true to me troops, and I'll see you in game.